one of my girlfriends. I helped her start a business. When I met her, it was her birthday. For her birthday, I'm into the body shop business. I have a body shop and car repair business. I fixed her bumper. I told her you can't be associated with me driving around like that. You know what I mean? Like with the bumper hanging out. So for her birthday, I fixed that for her, and she has never had a man talk to her like that. She's used to men coming to her life, see her bumper hanging out, looking like a raggedy homeless person that somehow got a car, and they just buy her a purse or buy her perfume or buy her some stupid shit that does not add any value to her life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's a hazard. That could cause an accident. She could lose her life, but she doesn't see it that way. So it took a lot of exercise for me to regenerate and reprogram this woman's mind. Then after that, what did I do? I helped her start a business. She was one of these like women that never developed the kind of body that they wanted. They bought into propaganda that a woman should have badonkadonk, all stuff nonsense. Black people buy into. Like I want to say low quality people. That a woman should have all this big butt stuff like that. So she wanted a butt. So she started waist training. I don't know, what waist trainers are? This thing that women wear that helps, weightlifters wear too, to keep their core tight, so that they could burn fat faster. So she did that, and then she did like squats too. And, she developed a nice shape. And then I was having a conversation with her. I told her, well, if you want to be with me, I need XYZ to give you ABC, marriage, kids, whatever, So this is how we're gonna do it. And I told her, okay, first step, let's take this $500, order different sizes of waist trainers. Let me just run a test with you, show you that it's possible. Because I was telling her, how much did you buy the waist trainers for? She's like $10, $12. And I told her, you can sell it for $60. She said that's impossible. And that's one of the hardest things to do too. Reprogram the mind of a poor person. They don't believe in anything. They come from a place where people don't believe in dreams. So they hardly dream. And when they dream, they mostly have nightmares. Things that reinforce why nothing is possible. You know what I mean? So I told her, okay, let's buy different sizes, put some on marketplace, sell, you're surrounded by women, you run into women and you guys have the same conversation, sell to them. The waist trainers come and she could not make the sales. Personality issues. She didn't have that social skills to interact with people and be able to market something to them. So I took her to the club. We did a test run. You know what I'm saying? I showed her how to talk to people. Showed her how to engage people, how to propose sales to people, how to bring people in on the terms of friendship, and then convert it into a sale. So that gave her a little bit of confidence. And then, but at the end of this exercise, she still tried to tell me that you cannot be sold for $60. I had to go out on my own, sell that waist trainer for $80, sell it to somebody for $100, sell it to somebody for $60, and show her the money that it is possible. And then at the end of the day, you know what I realized? She's just lazy. You cannot fix lazy.
Yep.
Are you understanding me? You can fix you can fix broke easily. Lazy you cannot fix, because lazy is the inability to even do what is necessary. You see what I'm saying? So once I realized that she's just a lazy human being, she's lazy with the way she cooks, the way she handles laundry, the way she handles everything in her life. The only thing that gets her giddy is going to her job in the morning. Even with that, she's late most of the time. You see what I'm saying? So, and she even told me one time that if I was a man, I would have been fired a long time ago. That I'm right. Yes.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean? So she was honest enough because what happened was over time she saw the way I operated and how honest I am. It's not that I'm just honest. I just like to see things through a red pill lens, just the way it is in life, in nature. And she's like, you know what, you are right about this. And I tell her, I just want you to succeed. Because if you succeed, you will not be a burden for me. That's what I'm trying to prevent. I don't need your money. I don't need anything you have to offer me. Like this, I have options. I get offered virgins from Africa. Like if I needed a wife, I could get a 21-year-old college graduate that's a virgin right now if I wanted. They send me their pictures every day from Africa. My uncles, they're pushing me to get married, all this stuff. You know what I mean? But I told them I want financial leverage first. Once I feel comfortable with the income I'm pulling in to support a family, then I can go ahead and do that. So I learned at that point that she's just a lazy person. That's something I cannot fix. You see what I'm saying? And she did not know it. She kept trying to push. Maybe if I hang around long enough, he would fold. If I have sex with him, in ways that he's never had before, he will fold. If I do this way, he will. But she kept forgetting the fundamentals that I'm not just some guy.
You're not yet.
You know what I mean? I'm confident to say this. Mindset-wise, I've risen above the average American. You know what I mean? And I try to get her to say these fundamentals that I want, nothing can change my mind on. These are non-negotiables, And so and the beautiful thing about that was that it enabled me to be very honest with her. And I told her about my proclivity for polygamy, how I'm more inclined to that. I have a strong affinity for multiple women, and it's not just that I want these women for sex. Yes, sex is a diversion that I enjoy, but at the same time, I have a concrete plan. If I find myself if I deal the polygamous setting, I have a use for every single member of the family. I know what to do with them. Like, think about this business I just told you right now. If I had 3 women, I could have one person running in Georgia, one person in Miami, one person in Las Vegas, someone in Chicago. And that would free me up to move more around the world in search of other opportunities. But this is what I learned from my grandfather. This is what my father taught me. He just did not have enough money to finance it. You see? But I believe I've risen a little bit above my dad. I could finance it, but I still believe that I have ways to go to build more financial package around me to be able to comfortably. Because it's all about comfort. You don't want to stress yourself out. Then the older we get, our health starts to act funny if we're not. So I make sure I incorporate exercise since I still have ways to go. Make sure I'm in very healthy shape so that when this time comes, I can carry out my vision as I see fit. You know what I mean? So, this is not for every man. You know what I mean? I'm a little bit on the colder side. You know what I'm a very cold person, so I can handle this. You know what I mean? Like, I have one. I don't listen to women. I don't at all. You know what I mean? You know what I because here's my argument. Why would you listen to someone that expects you to take care of them? It's like your son trying to tell you something about how to make money, and he has not made it work. Like, if he knows so much, why does he need to tell you? Go out there, go make it happen, and come back and say, "Hey, Daddy, here's $1 million, man." Then I'll be like, "Son, how did you make that?" You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it, and it's usually a shocker for most Americans because they've never seen things from this dynamic before, and the only argument they have for you is shame.
Nope, I agree.
They have they can't tell you, multiple women bring STDs. They have no other argument. It's just shame. Where has any country ever shamed another country out of attacking them? Or where has a man have ever been shamed out of getting rich? You know what I mean? So there's certain things after a certain age, it just doesn't work for you no more. You know better.
Yep.
And you just want to elevate. And that's it. Talked into going to the Porsche dealership to get that 911 with their wife was like, "Yeah, babe, we should go. Yeah, let's go do it." You know what I mean? So and I learned yeah, go ahead.
No,
I learned it from my dad, because I remember my dad used to take my mom shopping, and before they walked in, my dad would have a moment of speech for her, like, "We're going into this place. Here's the budget." And what strengthened my mind was my dad's ability to defy whatever she had to say at the end of the day and stick to his principles. That made me more of a man. And I was like, if he did this to my mom, a woman that he was sexy and loving and making all these affirmations to, I could do shit. People are in trouble out here with me. So that's how I felt about it. You know what I mean? So
that's something I think the older you get,
yeah. A lot of people are not willing to put their money on the table because like you say, there's this famous saying by this guy called this rapper Jay-Z. He's like, everybody wants to be a boss, but it's time to pay the bills. So everybody wants to be a partner, 50-50. All that stuff. Till it's time to pay the bills.
Yeah.
Because men don't run from responsibilities. Like you right now, I bet you there's also like automatic deductions that come out of your bank account. You know what I mean. There's things that if you don't pay it, everybody's looking at you like, dude, what's up? You know what I mean? So it's the world we live in. I'm not mad at it. I just accept it. And I
I
encourage my
think
guys.
that needs to be, that's everything.
Yeah, I encourage guys, don't be accept it. Just move accordingly. Move to your benefit. You see, make sure you're benefiting. Make sure there's a benefit in it for you.
Yep.
Don't be a workhorse. Don't be an what do they say? An ass. Don't be an ass. That's just used for, farming. And one of the things that I realized is this, right? In this country, men cannot lose in the world. Men cannot lose. Number one, the population of women are more, men are less. Now, if you're a productive man, the more you have as a man and more productive you and higher up you are, your chances, like at some stage, it becomes impossible. You have to like jump off a building or jump in front of a moving car. That's the only way you can lose. Like you have to self-sabotage. You know what I mean? That's the only way you could lose. But a lot of men don't get it. You know what I mean? That it's so easy to win these days as a man. You just have to do a few things. Read, eat healthy, go to the gym. What's the third thing? Go, just work out. Live a healthy life. Dress well. That's it. Eat healthy, go to the gym, dress well, read books, or interact. However, you have to be getting some knowledge.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because even brain inactivity has been linked to dementia. If you're not receiving new information and your brain activity is up there, Yeah.
He was at the game.
Oh, he was at the game. Oh, he didn't pick up probably. He's over there yelling and screaming.
Oh, I'm sure he is. He's a big Steelers fan.
So you personally, like, what is the trajectory? Do you own your own business or? Okay.
Nah.
So you're contracted to these guys. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, our goal now, I say my goal, our goal now is, we're soon to be empty nesters.
Oh, that's good.
We want small house.
That's it. Just be reasonable.
Right. We don't.
Because
We never, and thank God she's never been one to keep up with the Joneses.
That's great. You see, that's why I think you're married to a good woman.
Yeah.
Because most women are unreasonable.
And we've got small groups of friends.
That's good.
Keep
it that way.
Yeah. We don't.
Keep it that way. Keep it that way because they said comparison is the thief of joy. Once you start to, they have that. We should have that.
Yeah. No.
Look how they're living. Hey, babe, Joy and Jim just came from a vacation in Bahamas. It would be nice to go. All kind of stuff, And this is someone that is exposed to the numbers. She knows what numbers you guys are doing. She knows your plan. She knows where you're headed. And she's bringing all this. I really think these days it's not very hard to if you're a man that is informed, that's why I say information is power, not knowledge anymore. Information. If you're a man that's informed, vetting a woman is not the hardest thing to do anymore. It's so easy now. There's key words that she says and lets you know her mindset. You know what I mean? But unfortunately for some men, they find out after 2 marriages.
After that, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and that goes back to what I'm saying. That's why I tell you, in America, unconsciously, we're in a polygamous setting. Donald Trump is a polygamist.
Yeah.
It's just serial polygamy. From first wife to second wife to third wife to fourth wife. You can't convince me otherwise. But they want to tell you otherwise. That, no, monogamy works and shit like that. For who? The divorce rate is at 80% or 70%, wherever it's at. It's in hell. So if you think about it, if you and I had a 70% chance of dying if we came here, would you want to come here?
Oh, yeah, I know. I think that's the whole change in America. Nobody wants to get married.
It's not necessary anymore. When I say this, a lot of my guys get offended. You're free. Back in the day, you have to be, how do they say it again? You have to be a bona fide man. You have to be bona fide to be able to get a woman. No, you don't have to. You could lease her. You could rent her. Some of them will give it to you for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I used to say it this way, like if pussy was traded in the stock market, it would be at somewhere between $25 to, it would not exceed $60. Yes, there's an out there, the outliers, but stocks that go to the moon are not the norm in the stock market. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's right.
So that's how I look at it. I just tell men, focus on yourself. You attract better. It will come to you. You know what I mean? So that's why me personally, I take my appearance very seriously. I take my health very seriously. The things that matter, I take them very seriously. The things that go in my body, I take very seriously. My exercise very seriously. The way I dress, um, what goes into my mind, I take very seriously. That's why I had to get rid of some friends because I didn't have anything meaningful that was going into my mind. You know what I mean? And not only that, it's for their benefit too. Because you don't want someone sitting over here feeling cheated out on, because you're in their life. Every time you come, you benefit, but they don't get anything in return. You know what I mean? And it's not like they're asking for much. They just want something as little as knowledge. You don't get better than that. When you have someone that sees just knowledge as an even exchange, like you could come into town, use any of my rental cars for free. Just give me some knowledge.
Right.
That's the cheapest.
Like your buddy.
You know what I mean?
Not...
That's the cheapest thing. The cheapest, how would I say it? Trade exchange ever. If you look at it pragmatically, he's actually cheating me. So that's why I resorted to YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube financial channels to learn a lot of stuff. Because I don't have a lot of friends. I stick to myself because most people don't. I've dabbled. I've tried a lot. That's why for me, it's very easy for me to make friends because I always try to see what people know, what they could teach me, or what I could teach them. Because I have this one saying that guides me in life. From the moment I meet you, I want to leave you a better person. I want to add some value. So that's how I move in life. I make sure that whoever I interact with, I leave them a better person. Information, a truth, a repeal moment, an aha moment, something I give, that you just realize, okay, I never thought of it like that. And if I can do that, I believe I'm somewhat successful. So, and that's one of the reasons I started my YouTube channel, so that I can just bring some of this conversation to light, so that, I don't know how it is in the white community, but in the black community, a lot of boys are lost. They're not turning to men, because first of all, their mother's feeling robbed them of the interaction with a man in the household. So now they're raised by this woman. A woman cannot raise a man. You know what I mean? And that's one thing that we don't say out here because, you shouldn't say that. It's misogynistic. You know what I mean? So they're raised by this. They don't know some of these epithets that I go through with you. Why it's important to look a certain way, eat a certain way, exercise, read, interact with people, respect people, know how to function in society. Nobody explains to them, this is why he's saying that. So so you're about to retire, yeah?
I don't know what we're gonna do.
But you're about to, right?
Yeah.
How long?
I don't know.
You're probably gonna move to Florida.
No,
you're not gonna do Florida.
I'm
Washington State or something?
Like
Minnesota? Oh, Puerto Rico. You're an extremely
St. Lucia.
Oh, I see. Costa Rica, something like that. Tropical.
That's where we're. I don't know. That's where we're at.
Okay.
Or I could find some place.
All right.
In the middle of nowhere.
When you say middle of nowhere, what do you mean?
Tennessee, North Carolina.
Okay. I love North Carolina. I have a family friend that's in the military. I went for his retirement party. He lives in North Carolina. I tried to convince him, right, to come in with me in this business and let's go all the way. But he's one of these investors. Like he's scared. You know how some people move in fear.
That's how.
Like when they don't understand what they're doing, it's new to them. They don't believe it. Like a lot of people missed out on Bitcoin because they didn't understand what Bitcoin had to offer. I almost became seriously what let me tell you my Bitcoin story. I had a friend, he came to me, he's like, there's this thing called Bitcoin, right? We can, I think it's gonna go somewhere. And I was these are my exact words to him. His name is Wale. I said to him, go find out how we can put some money into it, come back to me, let's do it. He went and bought some Bitcoin, But he never came back to me and told me. And today, this dude is broke as shit. Because even when Bitcoin went up to about 8 grand, he thought that was it. And then he just blew all his money. You know what I mean? You know? And now he's back driving taxi and stuff like that. And I remember giving him this speech here. People hate it when you tell them the truth. You know, America has changed. People hate it when you call their ass out, especially men. Men, I think men are the problem in this place, not women. I remember calling his ass out and telling him, bro, what is wrong with you? Why can't you be organized enough to just have a target? Do this taxi business like your life depends on it. Go all out for 6 months, pile up 100 grand, and get the fuck out of this business. Let me tell you where he lost me. So this guy, he listened to me for a little bit, came up with about $20,000 or so. He joined my business. Then I was just flipping cars. I was doing the rental, slowly. Introduced him to the business. He listened to me like a 3-year-old child. Started doing well. Had his own place. Had a couple of cars that he was flipping on selling, making good money, driving his taxi, making decent money. Out of nowhere, this dude got married. And you know the worst part? I'm cool with marriage. He married the wrong chick. There were 2 women that he was supposed to marry. I told him, go with the Hispanic girl. The Hispanic girl is better. She has more decorum. She is more inclined to help you succeed in life than anything. Why did I say that? When I introduced him to the car business to start flipping cars, the Hispanic girl gave him his first $5,000, I want to say, about $7,000 to buy her a car, an Audi Quattro, 4x4, stuff like that. He bought this car, delivered it to her. None of his other girlfriends or girls that he was in touch with ever supported his business. I told him, marry this girl. She was pretty. I would even confess to a point I wanted her for myself. You know what I mean? I thought she was that bad. And I was asking him, well, if you're going to get rid of this girl, can I, can you pass her off to me? You know what I mean? That's how bad she was. But out of respect, I just stayed away. I was like, this is his shenanigan, Married this girl, PhD student, doctoral student from Haiti. I've never had a good experience with anybody from Haiti. I'll say that to you. Like I will say it I will say it on CNN. You know what I mean? So this girl controlled this guy's life. Out of nowhere, he stopped showing up for business. Out of nowhere, this dude stopped showing up for business. I would tell him, hey, it's time to go to the auction. He'd be like, oh, my wife, this and that. And this woman controlled his life to the point that at the end of the day, she divorced him. And not only did she divorce him, even after he supported her, she almost dropped out of school from getting the PhD. She was about to give up. This dude, if you know Nigerians, we Nigerians, like, school is very important to us. Yeah. We prioritize education because there's so much ignorance that surrounds where we come from. So we try to break out of that ignorance, that bubble of ignorance. Yeah. So this young lady, he supported her through, even bought her a car. Out of her selfishness, she rejected this car. This car got impounded. So he lost money. Man, this dude kept taking L's from this chick. At the end of the day, after she graduated, she divorced him, made a video about him on YouTube. Check it out. And by the time she divorced him, he has lost out on his place because he gave up his place when he moved in with her. And I warned him, I said, this is such a bad idea. Don't move in with a woman. You know what I mean? He moved in with her, stopped doing his car business, barely drove his taxi, and at the end of the day, she dumped him. And then only that she wrote a letter to the immigration, the INS, reporting him for marriage fraud. And then he had to go to court for that too. And this chick was like over heels that, oh, I love you and we're meant to be together. And I told him, listen, it's not a woman you could put in. And then after that, he still didn't learn his lesson. So one day he called me. Like, I really sat down, plugged my phone to a charger, and gave him the business. You know what I'm saying? There was nothing I didn't call him under. So I called him a loser. I told him about himself. I told him, dude, you've been losing. You've been losing your whole life. You see the light, you just don't want to call it as is. Think of all the women you've been with. Which of them have added value to your life? The one woman that you could have married that added what seemed like value. You could not see.
Pissed it away.
You pissed it away, and now look at you. You know what I'm saying? And he did not pick up my phone for like months. That's how you know you've told them the truth.
Yep.
He did not pick up my phone for months, and then after that, he answered my call, and then we talked for a bit, and then he started giving me his progress report. Apparently, me being nice to him did not work, but me being brutal hit a nerve, and he started moving. He started moving. You know what I mean? Now he has a lot of motion now. You see? Why? But it took me being brutally cold and ready to lose his friendship. I was ready to lose his friendship that day. Even the girl that was with me in the living room, she was in the bedroom when I was talking to him in the living room in the middle of the night, like 1, 2 a.m. She was like, why would you say such a thing to somebody? I was like, no, this fucker needs it. This medicine.
Yeah, that's right.
He needs it. I think the whole America needs a red pill. You know what I'm saying? The whole America needs to be told the truth because, you know what I'm saying? Because the society is falling apart. People actually thought that this lady was going to win. People actually believed that a woman with such inexperience was going to lead the United States of America, such a strong country with strong people with such conviction. That is sacrilegious, bro. That's me. If you want to get it cold, you want to get reality, you want honesty, that's what I have to offer. If you want the Betty Mail blue pill shit, the simp just talk under the radar. No, I'm not for that. And I think that's why a lot of men radiated, even white women, they radiated to Donald Trump because he called things as he saw it. And I think that's what's missing in the United States. Manhood is missing in the United States. You know what I mean? Where men get penalized for talking the way nature presents them. Lion doesn't ask for excuse to eat meat. It just does. No man should ask for an excuse to exist. It just does, It just does. It just does. So the game is over. Not bad. That was the guy that took the hit, right? Look at him. He's starting like a champ. Sheesh. Yeah.
I'm glad we came out.
Yeah. Whenever you're ready. This we should do this every time. Mm-hmm.
This is a good, reasonable cigar.
Bro, me personally, for me, it's not about the cigars. This you can smoke on the corner over there on Wilson. This I can smoke in my living room. It's just sometimes when you talk to other people, it's therapy unbeknownst to you. There's a certain level of resolve that your brain goes through to recalibrate so that you measure your societal norms against somebody else's and see if you guys are aligning based on what you're seeing in media, in popular beliefs, in pop culture. Iron sharpens iron. That's my belief. And in this case, a lot of men are not sharp anymore. They need to be in alignment with other men so that they can sharpen each other and know how to move through society. And I believe that the more dangerous and in control men are, the safer it is for women. Because I once told one of my girlfriends, I told her this, right? I told her that women shouldn't be scared of men. You want him to be your monster. But do you want him to be a monster? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Here's why you want him to be a monster. You want a man that's ready to kill to defend his family. That's not a normal man. He has to be extraordinary. He has to have the mind to take another person's life that's coming to take the life of his family. But he's your monster. They just can't stand it. They want you to be. And you know what it is? I think it's been such a while that danger has faced the average American woman. If they were in Ukraine, I bet you they would beg to differ. You know what I mean? If they were in Syria, they would beg to differ. If they were, even Israeli women right now get it. The women in Gaza, the women in Iran, they all get it. Oh, African women already got it a long time ago. But they might still need a little bit of alignment over there. You know what I mean? That's just what it is about. I always, like I said earlier, the money is in the conversation. You interpret the money how you want it. Currency, social currency, relationship wise, how you move through
Yeah.
society, how you interact with other people, how you manage your family. Sometimes, even as a married man, you need to come outside of your comfort zone and hear what other people are doing and how they're operating in society and seeing the experiences they're having for you to recalibrate and say to myself, oh, I'm doing just fine. Oh, well, I'm off to the right. I'm off to the left. I need to come back to the center. Mhm. That's what it's about. You know? Back in the day, men used to go to the bar and get punched in the mouth, and they come home and told their wife, you know what I mean, and they know what not to do next time, or they went and got stronger, you know what I mean? Yeah, but these days, suckers go out and they come back whole, and they talk a lot of shit, So that element of fear is not there anymore, that danger, that threat,
Yeah.
there are no monsters out here anymore, and because of that, people are just weak and moving around as such. You know what I mean? So when you see a little boy fighting, people tend to stop that. They inhibit that. They tell him that's not a good trait to have. But that's something that could save his life one day. That's something that could
Yeah.
make him exceptional. That's something that could prevent him from being bullied. That's a trait that could actually help him go through life comfortably. But we look down on that. You know what I mean? But then they put on a dress. We applaud that. You know what I mean? We take them to the gate, the pride parade and stuff, which is to each their own. But I'm just saying, we need to be mindful of what we want to, who we want to raise, because that's who we're gonna get. You know what I mean? The kids we raise are the adults we're gonna get. You know what I mean? So if you raise weak men, weak boys and weak children, they're gonna grow up to become weak men. I mean, look at Prince Harry. The blind man could see that it was gonna end up the way it did. But look at him now. He looks like a fool.
Yep.
For what? The divorcee that is light skinned mixed with some black. That's what you traded all this other stuff over here on the right for? What a loser. I think we should start calling men by their real name when they're a loser. When you're a loser, we should tell you a loser. And I think that's what ticked my boy off. When I called him a loser.
Well, what lit his fire?
Huh?
What lit his fire?
Yeah. He called me up. He's like, oh, man, remember that laptop I told you I needed for my IT? I finally bought it. He was telling me about all these, And I thought to myself, this is good. This is good. You know what I mean? And we've become this society where people just want to be praised and adored. We give participation trophies and all this bullshit. No. This is the first place. This is second place. It's the third place, and there's everybody else.
Yeah.
We should let people know this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they've told kids it's okay to be last. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with you.
It's okay to put on a show.
Yes. Yeah, there is something wrong with you. Something significantly wrong with you. You know what I mean? So if I had my way, at the age of 8, every kid in America goes to Africa.
Yeah.
At the age of 8, they go to Africa. They spend 6 months to a year, then they come back.
Have a lot of appreciation.
I promise you, Elon Musk will be in last place.
No, that's probably true.
I'm telling you, man. Elon Musk will be in last place.
Everybody needs to go. Actually, maybe they don't need to do a 4-year enlistment. The 2-year enlistment, just grow up.
Yeah. Military
breaks you down.
Military is good. The thing about it is this, right? The way the world is structured, I don't even think you need the military to grow up. You just need to move around. You need to experience, be around men.
Yeah.
Yes, military makes men. You see what I'm saying? But even the military today, they're softening it.
Oh my God. I couldn't even.
So nothing is safe. Are you understanding me?
Yeah.
Nothing is safe.
I don't think I could serve today.
Yeah. Nothing is safe anymore. They have officers in lipstick and let's not talk about that. Yeah, whenever you're ready to leave, let me know. If you still want to,
you got to meet with your friend, but you hadn't even touched your cigar.
Oh, no, it's not, I usually don't smoke all of it. I just I take it easy. I take it easy, man. I'm an easygoing guy. Mm-hmm. Like me, if you see me at the club, I'm buying liquor for everybody, but I'm not drinking. I don't drink.
Same.